October 16th and the 24th, Top Out 4, abbreviated for top officials, will be engaged in a joint exercise combining the Portland Police, Homeland Security, between October 15th and the 24th. Homeland Security will be engaged in a drill here in Portland to test emergency response to terrorism. This entire bus mall is being funded, 60% of it, by Homeland Security. It was announced in the Oregonian yesterday that this will cost taxpayers federal money $500 million to create. This is the 4th of July, a day that represents an idea that is bulletproof, and that all of you have been given from the time you were born, if you are an American and fortunate enough to be born here, God-given rights that cannot, that will not ever be taken away by man. It cannot happen, will not happen in a republic. I'm here today, Alex Ansary, host of Outside the Box, to let you know that the republic is dead. And we are fighting to keep hold of our nation before it collapses. Your elite masters that do not care about you are blowing the kneecaps off of America to save a finger. 655,000 dead for 3,000 is your reality. Here locally in Portland, Wyden and Smith have authorized billions of dollars of Homeland Security funds to, of course, provide more additional security in the bus lines. Many of these cameras are going to be facial recognition cameras. They're going to scan your face and they will be shared in a central database with other countries. America is dying. They are opening the borders not in terms of immigration, but in terms of creating not only that, but a North American Union. This is the extension of free trade. This is the extension of Bill Clinton's NAFTA in 1992. They are creating a North American Union. And in that North American Union, to go on the NAFTA superhighway, also known as the NASCO corridor, you must have the National ID card, also known as the Real ID Act of 2008. We now live in a police state, and you know what? There used to be good cops that would sit down at the table with you and have a cup of coffee, have a burger with you, and you could talk about the issues that really matter. Now there's a division happening between police and ourselves that has to end. They're making all the police bad because we're being used as a vehicle to enslave the third world. I am here today to let you know that 9/11 was an inside job, a false flag attack committed against you. This entire time they have created a prison planet, a global gulag, a global prison where everything you do is watched, tracked, and traced. As you sleep, the New World Order and their agenda continues to creep into your lives. Not only your lives, but the lives of your children, your bank accounts. As we now learn that our country is now funding the wiretaps in Mexico. As we get used to the fact that we no longer have rights, that they're given to us by our government instead of given to us by God under the U.S. Constitution signed in 1776. Do you really believe that a couple Arabs in caves? Do you really believe that a couple Arabs in caves made no last stand down?
No! What about 50 Ambrats?
Do you really believe that box cutters started World War III? Do you believe that Arab hijackers you with cameras. They listen to you with microphones. They look at your emails. They look at your bank accounts. They're using some scan to eat programs in the school system, supposedly so the kids won't be embarrassed that they're poor. It's happening in Boardman, Oregon already. I am so fortunate that I was born in this country to have a right to say what I'm saying. Bush does not give me the right. The police across the street watching don't give me that right. God gives me that right. The Constitution gives me that right. And as long as you understand that, you will beat them in court. You will beat them in court. If there are enough lawyers that are behind you. Bush is not destroying your planet by itself. This is a coordinated plan. And believe me, if you think for a second that the United States is the primary apex of this New World Order, you will be wrong. You will be wrong. Because I want you to think real hard about where you are, my brothers and sisters. You own none of this. None of you own any of this. We have lost our city. It's becoming more prioritized by the day. And for those of you that are waiting tables, for those of you that are janitors, for those of you that are serving coffee at Starbucks, for those of you working for $8 an hour at Nordstrom, your standard of living is being devalued. Over here for 9/11. We've got flyers where you can watch my TV show online for free that goes around the world, outside the box, channel 11, 7 p.m. on Comcast Cable. We brought on former government officials, former senior cabinet members that say no, the buildings could not have collapsed on their own from just the impact of a jet airliner. That's physically impossible. Scientifically, physics professors are now coming forward and saying that it requires over 2,700 degrees to melt steel. The jet fuel that was most of it blowing outside of the building and burned up, only heated at max to about 12 to 1,300 degrees. This is basic science. Physics professors are speaking to you at PSU on C-SPAN, asking you to look at the physics. World Trade Center number 7, the third building, not the 2 towers, but the third building came down with a crunch, straight down in just a few seconds. That's physically impossible. No plane hit that building. But officially, small fires in the basement caused it to collapse. And I am Santa Claus, and I am the Easter Bunny, and I am here, of course, making this up.
They're peaceful people. They're peaceful people.
The information has not been kept hidden from you. It is in plain sight. The question is, the epiphany arises once you realize that you have the ability to change this planet.
This I know, for the Bible tells me so. With
More than working 40 hours a week. More than living inside this matrix where magazines
Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me
you have to
so.
be accepted, and you don't